Now to the U.S. West stock index futures are set for a strong positive open on the back of optimism surrounding an overhaul of the U.S. tax system. On Friday, Republicans released their final proposal to overhaul the American tax system, which would slash corporation taxes while trimming rates for individuals and modify tax deductions. The House and Senate GOP are looking to pass the measure this week. Expectations that a tax bill will be approved boosted U.S. stocks on Friday, with markets closing higher, leading to the Dow Jones Industrial Average rising more than 100 points. Another area that's shaking up market sentiment is the move in Bitcoin. On Sunday, the world's largest futures exchange, Chicago Mercantile Exchange, launched its own Bitcoin futures contract using the ticker BTC. On the data front, at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, the Business Leaders Survey is due out, followed by the NHB Wells Fargo's Housing Market Index, set to be published at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. In earnings, NACO is set to release financial figures after the bell. And in Asia, most major indices there closed higher today, given a boost by investor optimism that a plan to reduce corporate taxes will be passed stateside. Japan's Nikkei 225 closed up 1.55% as trading houses and banks rose. Tech and automaker blue chips also saw gains, while several construction names declined. Toyota closed up 2.81%, Sony gained 3.1%, and SoftBank climbed 1.67% by the end of the day. Korea's Kospi was little changed, finishing the session off by 0.01%, with Samsung Electronics adding 1.15%. Steel makers traded lower, with POSCO and Hyundai Steel closing down 2.25% and 4.68%. Shares of automakers closed unchanged on news of an ongoing union dispute, with Hyundai Motor ending the session flat. Australia's ASX 200 gained 0.7% to end at 6,038.9 as resource stocks gave a boost to the overall index. Hong Kong's Hang Seng Index was up 0.98%, while mainland indices finished the session mixed. The Shanghai Composite inched higher by 0.07% to end at 3,268.33, and the Shenzhen Composite shed 0.64% to finish at 1,889.13. Away from the markets and back here in Africa, Uganda's central bank has held its key lending rate at 9.5%, saying the previous policy easing actions had improved economic conditions. Bank of Uganda Deputy Governor Louis Koskende said inflation remained subdued. It slowed to 4% year-on-year in November, but said that risks might come from higher food prices. And here in Nigeria, the annual inflation slowed for the 10th month in a row in November, easing to 15.90% from 15.91%. Our data released today by the National Bureau of Statistics shows food price index is still high at 20.30% in November, compared with 20.31% in October. In October, the central bank governor Godwin Emefiele said he expects inflation rates to fall at a faster pace and reach high single-digit rates by the middle of 2018. The bank has kept its main rate at 14% for over a year now as it battles inflation and seeks to attract foreign investors to support the naira currency. However, the government wants to see interest rates come down to lower its borrowing costs and stimulate the economy. Nigeria could save between $5 and $9 billion, which is about 3.2 trillion naira, with the acceptance of digital payment. That's according to the Managing Director of the International Monetary Fund, Christine Lagarde, at a United Nations Economic Commission for Africa event in Ethiopia at the weekend. The IMF boss observed that information technology is already shaping Africa, but the right investments remain a powerful tool to help build stronger economies in the future. Ms. Lagarde projected Africa's growth at expected rate of 2.9% in 2017 and 3.5% in 2018 and 2019 due to the recovery that is strengthening in many countries on the continent. And when we come back after the break, we'll look at Angola's economy. Do stay with us.